think multi-platform offers all sorts of challenges because multi-platform requires producers to engage with new languages and new methodologies for marketing and gathering audiences, I guess. It changes the order of things. And that's, again, I think this thing that we're not really grappling with very well in the way we approach the digital. So one of the things we tend to do is we sort of say, what can the digital do for me? I'm a producer. What does the digital do? Well, it proliferates my product. It enables more opportunities for getting my product out into different devices and on different platforms. I think that's the wrong question. I think what we really need to be asking is, how does the digital change everything for me? Not what can it do for me, not think of it as a tool, think of it as an opportunity to completely reframe the way we work in terms of time and space. So it's not just about taking things to a new platform, it's about thinking about shifting what used to come first and pushing that somewhere else and completely, taking on the opportunity for a more fluid kind of practice. So what multi-platform can do for us is it can allow us to engage with segmented audiences, which are the kind of reality of marketing product now in the 21st century. It can allow us to tailor, to create bespoke product, to use audiences to drive those projects we want to push into particular types of formats. So rather than going out blind and kind of throwing an idea out there and hoping that some funding agency will take it up, we can be much more tactical and go out and think about, well, this approach isn't going to work for this particular type of product. What else can I do? Can I crowdsource fund it? Can I commercialise it on the web first? Can I, think of the web as not just a step in the order of things, but as a kind of place and product of its own that may proliferate and develop into other things as well. I actually think new positions are being created because we're changing the way we work, rather than just the new platforms. And for me, I think the key thing is that these are just not add-on positions. It's not like we're saying, oh, now we've got digital, we better add some people with those skills in. What we actually need from the producer of marketing and development is they need to be on from the outset and changing the way the production unfolds. We don't leave the digital to the end as some kind of add-on because it's like an extra platform or a bit of extra marketing that you can do through Facebook or whatever. If you bring that producer on at the outset, you can actually change the way in which you think about the product itself, the thing that you're making, the thing you're producing. And so, again, I go back to the core question is not what can the digital do for me, as a producer, it's how does the digital actually change the product, and our productivity as a result. Well, I kind of take John Reese's approach, and one of the things that came out of the survey that we did, the last survey of producers that we did, one of the suggestions we made is that we actually believe what's required now are specialised producer positions. So you may have a producer who's got fantastic talent for working with talent actors, and that's what they should do, or crew, and that should be their specialised role. Another producer may have the kind of legal and financial skills that you need for dealing with government agencies and so on, and that's really what they should specialise in. And another one could be your marketing and development, which would include platform, thinking about multi-platforming, thinking about how to deal with the opportunities that the digital offers. And that should be their role, and that they work together as a kind of team of producers rather than having single producers. We're familiar with this idea of a multiple number of producers working on productions. You only have to watch the Oscars any given year to see the kind of fights that happen as people kind of try and get up on stage to claim the statuette. Producers have proliferated over the years, and again, this is why we have a lot of trouble defining what is a producer, because there seem to be so many producer roles now, and to the general public they're completely obscure. What's the difference between an executive producer, a producer, and so on? Very few people understand those finite distinctions. I know we sort of get them in the industry, but perhaps we need to reframe all that and rethink how we work as teams of producers and streamline our skills and create production teams around those streamlined skills.